Syracuse pull off the upset against number 22 North Carolina by 1-0 and move up to third in the ACC standings. Welcome to the Qs.com postgame show alongside Arnav Pokrel. I'm Nicholas Waley. What a result for Syracuse, Arnav, especially down there at the end. It got a little bit nerve-wracking. I mean, we had a red card. We even had a little bit of a head injury for Thomas Hubb. But man, what a result.
This is everything you asked for in an ACC game.
Hi, everyone. Welcome inside our Citrus TV studios for Qs Countdown. Alongside Drew Alba and Dan Shalom, I'm Nicholas Waley, here to break down the ACC opener for Syracuse football, going up against a Clemson team that looking a little bit on the weaker side, 1-2, just coming off a big loss to Georgia Tech. But let's focus on Syracuse first, who themselves are coming off a big win over an FCS Colgate team, 66-24 last week. Drew, I want to start with you. What does this win actually mean for Syracuse in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, it doesn't mean a whole lot from a team perspective.
Virginia proved their status as the #1 team in the country tonight, defeating Syracuse by 3-0. Welcome back to the Qs.com post-game show alongside Timmy Weiss. I'm Nicholas Waley, and Timmy, throughout the 90 minutes, we thought that Syracuse maybe could have had just a little bit of a sniff, but this Cavaliers team, man, they really are something.
They really are something. There's a reason they're the #1 team in the entire country.
Time for Countdown Classroom. I hope you two are ready to give your grades because Professor Waley is back in the house. And here's the deal. I'm going to give you guys just some prompts about this Syracuse football team, and you guys are just going to grade on what you think they deserve, basically.
Sounds good.
So basically, off the top, first is the receiving room. Drew, I want to start with you. It has been pretty impressive, especially over the last, 2.5 games, or maybe 1.5 games for Syracuse. Really impressive in that fourth quarter against UConn and against Colgate. What is your overall grade for these Syracuse receivers?
B+.
Joey Spallina has been the spearhead for this Syracuse offense for his first 2 seasons here at SU and had a little bit of a slow start by his standards against Jacksonville, but in the end he had 5 points on the day, including 3 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah, Spallina himself has said that he's a pass-first game.
And the results have not been good enough for a Clemson team that had national championship aspirations. Like I mentioned, we're ranked #4 going into the season, not even ranked now, going into week 4. Drew, let me go to you first. Why has this happened to this Clemson team?
Clemson's like that shiny toy the nation got a hold of at the start of the year, and they simply haven't performed.
And 10 total saves then for Shea Vanderbosch on the night. That ties her season high that she had against Princeton about a month ago, and now she is second on the all-time list in program history for Syracuse. She is still the X factor for this Syracuse team. She keeps showing up week after week, game after game, and not just the historic factors are in play, but the fact that she is such a good leader and an overall amazing shot stopper that will be playing pro next year.
Every single week you talk about how good Shea Vanderbosch is.
The upset is on as Syracuse have a narrow advantage over number 22 North Carolina through the first 45 minutes. Welcome to the ACC Network Halftime Report alongside Arnav Pokrel. I'm Nicholas Waley. Arnav, your first thoughts on what was a pretty end-to-end opening 45.
Yeah, back and forth. UNC dominated early. Syracuse grew into the game, got that chance on goal and scored it. We're in for a really entertaining second half.
Let's take a look at what happened in the first half between Syracuse and UNC, because it was the Tar Heels, especially early on, Arnav, that were really putting the pressure on the Syracuse defense.
And it's a Tomas Hutt show, right? The defense really surrounding the netminder in what is his final regular season game at home. But North Carolina, relentless offensively. The chances were flying in the first 25 minutes for UNC.
Well, Nacho Abil with a knuckling effort from about 25 yards out. Tomas Hutt had to be aware. And then it was from long throws and crosses into the box where UNC looked very dangerous.
This is a UNC team that loves to score off of set pieces. We've seen it all season long. They love the long throw. But then Syracuse grew into the game. This little set piece play right from the training ground didn't work out for the Orange, but it was a first chance forward for the Orange. And then the final 20 minutes of the half, it was all SU.
Well, Syracuse then going into the second half of the first half. Landon Darko had an opportunity on the end of this one. got up there very well with the header, but then the freshman from Georgia got on the end of what was a brilliant move from Zambrano and fired it into the bottom left corner to give Syracuse the lead.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want to see from your number 9 and your number 10. Your striker getting in the spot, your number 10, Zambrano, a great play in.
Thomas Hutt called into action one final time with 5 minutes left in the first half. Luka Nikolai with a great free kick. Hutt had to be aware. Here are our first half stats. It is actually pretty even. It's been end-to-end, Arnav. Syracuse have really grown into the game, particularly in the last 15 minutes or so.
This is exactly what we've seen with Syracuse, though, in games past. You get the chances, but you have to turn those chances into shots on goal that are dangerous. Right now, North Carolina lead 5-0 in corners. It's because North Carolina are getting those chances with corners because they're making Thomas Hutt make some incredible saves.
And he has been excellent for Syracuse, not just this season, but also throughout the first 45 minutes. Thomas Hutt has been not just a great shot stopper, but such a great leader as well.
Yeah, the distribution is on par from what we've seen this season for Thomas Hutt. He's great with the ball at his feet. He's super calm when there's pressure in his face, but then when you're called in to do what goalkeepers do, that's save shots, that's where he's at his best.
He's done even better this season from last, and with that captain's armband as well, has really made a huge difference. Those 4 wins in a row for Syracuse, there were also 4 straight clean sheets, and every single time he's been called upon today, he has stood strong and made those important saves.
Yeah, I think back to that Boston College game where right at the end he had to make a save on a cross, and then the celebrations after that were really incredible to watch because he knows what he's doing is so crucial to this team, and how he competes for this team is super important. We've seen it all day. We've seen it all season long. Today, it's probably one of his best performances of the season.
4 saves in the first half for Thomas Hutt. That 100% save percentage, he was at 75 going into this game. I mean, this is a player who's really just grown and just given his back line as well a lot of trust.
Yeah, and it's a back line that changes so often throughout the season. You've had a couple of different pairings, and that's led to a pretty physical game between the two sides. There's a lot of, bad blood between these two teams. So often at the top of the ACC standings, UNC and Syracuse. Now they're a little bit lower. They're battling for position.
Well, it feels like whenever Syracuse and UNC go head-to-head, it always has turned up a few degrees, but particularly with what's at stake in this game, it's definitely gone up to boiling point. There's been plenty of hard tackles. It's been physical throughout the first 45.
And for a majority of the game, it's just fouls. There haven't really been cards shown until the later stages of the game, but impressive physicality between the two teams. Great from the refereeing to let them play it out. Let them be physical with one another and not penalize any team. The foul at the end you'll see from Berdaric was pretty bad. It was yellow card worthy, but other than that, really well done from the Orange.
Yeah, the center referee today, Nicole Green, has kept her cards in her pocket for now. We'll see what happens in the second half. But when we come back on the ACC Network halftime report, Syracuse men's basketball, it's coming up very soon. They have their first exhibition today. Our very own Nathaniel Cunningham is in studio to talk about one of the transfers.